Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen. It's an engaging and enlightening talk show on life, relationships, and the business of life. Grab a cup of tea.
Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
Looking forward to your insights on today's show, Brian. Now, so I would like to ask you this question. What do we need to know about body language, and what's the importance of its analysis? Good to have you on the show. This is Omobola Stephen,
number one, it's the most fascinating form of communication I've experienced. Number two, language, words specifically, is only 7% of our communication. Tonality is 38%, and body language, or itches and scratches and just body movements, is 55% of our communication. What does that mean for you and me? Well, that means if you don't understand it, it's still going on, and it's responsible for 93% of your communication. So if you don't know it, guess what? You're missing out on 93% of the opportunity to connect better with yourself first, and then other people. So that's what I think about body language, and that's why I value it so much, because I've never seen it not work, which is fascinating. It's the most fascinating form of communication I've experienced.
So we'll look at body languages and relationships.
Words specifically is only
I always believe that there's always the telltale sign.
Tonality is 38%, and body language, or itches and scratches,
we are communicating in one way or the other,
55%.
We are not listening to each other, and that's why we have a lot of breakup in our society today. So tell me the importance of body language and relationships.
It's still going on, and it's responsible for 93% of your communication. Well, you can tell a lot by body language in any relationship. Here's an example. Of the opportunity. Watch how often. Let's just take professional movie stars, because that's relatable, right? I've seen Brad Pitt do this. I love him, and still. Here's the thing: when they're saying something that would generally mean a head motion of this,
so we'll look at body languages and relationships. Right.
Watch how often they're doing this the whole time they're talking. And it's not just them. Watch yourself. Watch the people in your life. Because what that means is when you're saying something, your head's doing this. What does that mean? That means somewhere you're out of alignment. Doesn't mean that you're lying.
So tell me the importance of body language.
It just means you might want to get clear and ask some more questions, so you can get clear on why or what in you has a no. And with what you're talking about, that in itself is huge, because look, watch how often more is caught professional movie stars, because that's really when I have my partner talking to me, your head is doing this, I know something's out of alignment. Here's the thing: we need to ask more questions or get clear on that where we're generally mean so that we can be a head motion congruent and coherent. So that isn't one example of body language and why it's important. Watch how often they're doing this the whole time we're talking. Positive, effective communication. Does that make sense? Watch people in your life, because what that means.
But I would like you to take us more into the cues, right?
It means somewhere you're out of alignment.
That we need to watch out for in a relationship, especially when it's getting into trouble. Can you tell us some of them?
So, or what in you has a no. Cues about getting in trouble. That in itself is huge. I'm going to do my best to answer what I think you asked me, right? So here's something that's important, whether you're in a relationship or not. If your body is having symptoms or pains, irritations, rash, disease, things going on your vehicle, not the one you're driving, that isn't one example of body language. That's automatic indication that somewhere you're out of harmony. Okay. Now, wherever it shows up, it's going to be indicative of what it's about. All right. So let's say someone has a hand issue in a relationship, they've been having issues in communication, and they're having hand issues, and it's on the bottom, it's on their palm. Well, that's their body saying, "Hey, I have issues with what I'm handling." So with my partner, who's either a male figure or a masculine, in trouble. That I'm as things start showing up, that's going to give you information. So here's something that's important: emotional relationship, higher self. If your body is having symptoms, and your body will give you real-time cues and feedback for you, things going on how your body's emotionally responding to whatever is going on with your relationship. That's automatic. That makes sense. That somewhere you're out of harmony.
Sure, it does.
Okay.
Now, Brian, while we are having our discussion earlier, you talked about nutrition and lifestyle.
So let's say someone has a
hand
issue,
that's a very interesting topic for us to talk about, right? As regards to body language and communication. What is it that we need to know?
Body saying, hey, about nutrition and lifestyle.
That's right.
With my partner, who's either a male figure, a couple things that I think are most useful. So as things start showing up, that's depending upon what you're choosing to create for your physique. And I'll just show you this. This will give you some better understanding. So I've done that 3 different times, and I say that to give you some visible understanding that whatever you choose to do for yourself, you can. You need to have ways to track what you're doing. Now, sure, I work with a lot of people.
While we are having our discussion earlier, you talked about
key of the matter is this: is you need to have ways to track what you're doing, so you know whether what you're doing is working.
Talk about
pretty simple,
as
right?
regards to
there's 2 things specifically that I use that I have my clients about nutrition and lifestyle. Them how to navigate their lifestyle, their nutrition, and that I think are whether what they're doing is working or not. Those 2 things are number 1, upon body fat scale. You can get one for physique, and I'll just $29 if you need the one that I have my clients get. I've done that. Message me with the show notes or whatever, and I'll tell you which ones I have. Give you some visible understanding that no matter what you're choosing to do with your body, you can. I'm sure getting in better shape is always the direction. Now, right? I work with diets, or most people's lives are filled with diets. Type 2 diabetics. So with the idea of having a body fat tracker, you need to have you can track every 2 to 3 days what's going on by looking at there's where your weight loss is coming from, where the gain is coming from, whether it's muscle tissue or whether it's fat. Because here's what you need to understand: navigate their lifestyle. I have a lot of people. Brian, I lost 7 pounds this week. I say, great. Those 7 pounds of what? A body fat scale. You can get one. What do you mean? $29. What do you mean? You need the one that there's 3 types of weight you can lose. Show notes or whatever. Muscle, I'll tell you which ones. Water, get. Here's fat. If you're using a basic weight scale, you're getting 2% of the information that you need. That does not educate you on the facts, nor does it give you the proper data to make intelligent decisions in your lifestyle. So with the information is inaccurate. So when you use your body fat scale, you can tell, I dropped 3 pounds and 1 pound was from muscle and 2 pounds from fat. Where your weight loss is coming from, gives positive understanding on how to move forward in your lifestyle, further perpetuating a lot of good habits. I lost 7 pounds this week. The idea to make new choices and changes to create new outcomes. Does that make sense? What do you mean?
Sure.
So body fat, that's one. The second one is blood sugar. All right, now listen to this. So when I did my show when I was 30, I'm 44 now. It took me 13 years to figure out how to get back to this kind of shape as a way of life that does not educate you. I mean, I must have put 1 million times the proper data to make it. Do you mind if I share with you the one thing that was the issue the whole time? Because information is inaccurate. It's crazy. So when you use your body fat scale, you can tell the number one thing 3 pounds and 1 pound was the biggest issue. 2 pounds from fat. Is blood sugar. Great. Tracking blood sugar. Now, there's a couple ways you can go about doing it. On how to move forward in your one of these basic meters, and I'm not diabetic. I've been 250 3 different times, so I have understanding about it. This is a little basic meter, $20-$30, right? It's just with the little diabetics use a body finger. That's one. The second one is that information, my friend, is absolutely profound. So when I did my show, when Dr. William Davis, the author of Meat Belly and Undoctored, I did 2 live sessions with him where we dove into this. You can actually use the show notes and you can get that training for free. No, I mean, I must have there's also one I did with Dr. Stephen Gundry and then Jillian Michaels. Do you mind if I share with you the one thing that was the issue? There's information in those trainings that's extremely valuable you can access for free. But here's the number one thing. Blood sugar was why I was stuck for 13 years tracking blood sugar. Now, there's a couple ways you can go about doing it. This was going on underneath the hood. I was still tracking body fat. I'm not doing all my food, doing all my activity, my workouts, my cardio, all the things. Basic meter, but one thing was off just with the little underneath my awareness, and I didn't know that. Okay, that information is why I value tracking body fat, because it gets you out of the realm of theories and opinions. If something's not working, you can go back to the data live sessions with him where we dove. My blood sugar's been up, my body fat's up. Then you know why. Now it's a matter of understanding what to do to make the data change. This is what I do. There's information in those trainings. So you have a basic blood sugar tracker. But here's ideally, I think some good numbers. Blood sugar was why I was stuck fluctuate all the time. 13 years means and averages for the most part. As a professional. Now there's also something called a CGM. I was still tracking body. The link that I'll leave for you, you can access it. I got one for $50 off for all my clients, and you can access it. But one thing, the CGM goes on the back of your underneath. Matter of fact, you've probably seen some people who have this little sticker-looking thing on their arm or on their side, and what it is, it's called a continuous glucose monitor. You can go back to the data. The point of it is this: my blood sugar's been up. It's an amazing device because here's why. Now instead of tracking, pricking your finger to make the data 2 to 6 times a day, because you need to have that information 6 times a day for a while if you're really interested blood sugar tracker in your health and well-being. Ideally, I think some good. So the CGM will track 24/7. So all you do is you take your phone, you hold it up the back of your arm, it extrapolates all that data. Now there's also something on your phone, so you can see all your ups and downs, and then you can enter your food in there, so you know when you have your food, what spikes. The importance of that is this: if you're really serious about working smarter, back of your arm versus harder, you've probably seen some and actually get in shape by doing less and being most effective. What I'm sharing with you is the fastest way to do that. Track your blood sugar, track your body fat. That way you don't have to guess about anything. You don't have to wonder why this is going on. The data tell you, prick your finger, let's make a tweak. 2 to 6 track the data in 2 days, and then you can tell what's going on. It's really that simple once you understand the framework and you have the data. So the CGM, while you're making decisions, that part is pretty easy, and I can help you with the rest of it. It extrapolates all that data and puts it on a little screen. Did I answer your question? You can see all your ups and downs, lifestyle, and you can enter your food in there, so you know when you have your food, what spikes.
Thank you, Brian.
If you're really
I would like us to talk about the subconscious and
by doing
communication
and being
right. What is the subconscious? What has it got to do with communication? How important is
that way you don't have to guess about anything. Well, you don't have to wonder why. Our conscious mind is what's called the goal setter. Let's make a tweak. Subconscious mind is the goal getter. Tell what's going on. It's really that subconscious mind is responsible for 93% of our whole experience. 7% here. That part is 93% everything else subconscious. What does that mean? Well, that means a lot, which means if you don't have ways to understand what your subconscious is attempting to communicate.
Thank you, Brian. I would like us to talk about
which means you can drastically improve the quality, communication. And I would even go on a limb and say potentially the quantity of your life by being able to understand what your subconscious is communicating to you. This is why body language is our conscious mind valuable. Called the goal and I can give you more information on it, but just understand I choose to be able to express to you the absolute critical importance of you understanding what your body is trying to tell you. Because here's the point. I'm going to give you some more information on your subconscious. So check this out. I'll give you this chart for free. Everything else. This chart right here, is just a representation. Get it where you don't have ways to right there. Understand representation of a body. Okay, these little circles on here communicate to are where emotions show up at when they're present on your body. Which means you can drastically improve. Well, let's say that you are cruising down the road, and all of a sudden you notice that your state changes of your and you notice that you get tight in your chest. To understand since you know body language is communicating to you, know what your body's trying to tell you is so. Okay, this chart right here, if I can get it close enough for you, that number 4 right there in your chest is where fear shows up. Okay, I'll give this chart to you for free. Just use it to show what your body's trying to tell you. But here's the point of this. I'm going to give you some more information. I have a little product called ABRA. I'll give you this chart for free. It's subconscious. This chart right here, using subconscious representation, feelings. And then being able to use conscious word shifts to change these what I'm experiencing here and are where emotions have validation of what I did just when they're present on your body. Of course, right? What does this mean? So here you go. So when I have things going on, let's say I'm driving down the road, doing my genius thing, and all of a sudden my state changes, or I have a stimulus that comes in that creates fear. Since you know body language, so I notice my state changes. What your body automatically get tight in my chest. That's where fear shows up for you physically. Number 4 when it's present in your chest is where fear shows up. The next place is if you have tightness in your stomach, just use a show and you feel like you're hungry, but here's even though you already ate. I have a little product. The second place, like fear will show up when it's present. Using subconscious feelings. So this right here, and then being able to use conscious. I used to eat a lot because I thought I was hungry. What I'm experiencing, it wasn't because I was hungry. Have validation. That's because I had fear active that I didn't know. Of course, right? Have you ever had an experience where you're like, man, I sure have hungry, but I don't even eat because I already ate down the road doing my genius. That's how fear shows up. Changes, or we don't know that comes in. We're not taught that fear. Okay, so I know there's an issue. Changes. So back to the point. A is awareness. I scan my body when I realize I'm not feeling amazing. Present. I scan my body. I use my chart. I'll give it to you for free so I can get clear. Oh, you feel like I'm tight in my chest, even though and my stomach. What does my chart say? The second phase. Fear awareness will show up. Next, it's B. So ABRA, A-B-R-R-A. A is awareness. So B is breathe. Check in with yourself right now. Are you breathing from your chest or from your stomach? I thought I was hungry. It wasn't because I was hungry, but that's because I had fear active, but I didn't know.
The stomach.
Good. Have you ever had here's the point where you're like, man, I sure am. Throughout the day, my invitation to you is to check in. Fear shows up. I have a little alarm that goes off every 15 minutes. It's a sound, so I can hear it. I can scan myself. I can use my chart. I can get clear from out of alignment, and I can redirect my body when I realize I'm not feeling amazing. Maybe you don't do that. Maybe you do it every hour. Here's the point. Use my chart. You check in with yourself, and you check in with where you're breathing from. If you're breathing from your chest, that means you're currently in fight, fear, for flight, awareness, or freeze, next, or survival, or A-B-R. Oh my God, A is awareness. B is breathe. You don't want to stay there. You don't want to be there any longer than whatever's necessary to resolve, okay? So when you check in with that, you notice, oh, I'm breathing from my chest because my shoulders might be going up and my stomach is not going out. Okay, throughout the day, an adjustment. So my adjustment would be, and I would even say this now. I have a little alarm that goes off every 15 minutes. It's a sound. So and pay attention. I can set everything. I can use my chart. Most people are unconscious, and sometimes they're consciously unconscious, meaning they decide, yeah, I'm done with this. Do it every hour. Check out. Here's the point. Some people have had experiences where they become unconscious because something has happened that they have unconsciously decided, like, I don't feel that flight, and they shut them off. Freeze. Either way, you don't get a pass. Oh my God. And when you're not feeling what's going on, you don't want to stay there. You don't want to be there because when you can use this little phrase, and I use this a lot. I'm itching my nose, so you know. Check in with that. Right side is I will, and left side is I can't. My shoulders might be going up, my stomach is my body talking out. When I'm teaching you, let's make it adjustment. Constantly so my adjustment giving me feedback, and I'm helping you understand so that when you're doing this, say this, I will, and right pay attention, left side is I can. Okay. Or if I do, I can, I will, I can, I will. Unconscious. That's your body talking to you. They're conscious telling you this to open your eyes to understand. Right now, your body is itching and scratching and doing stuff because it knows that I can help you because something has happened. If you wonder like that they have unconsciously decided because your emotions are talking to you. Either way, you don't get a pass. What you're going to say is, say this phrase, not give myself permission, it's going to feel my feelings, because when you can use this little phrase, and I use this a lot, I'm itching my nose, feel it. Right. The point of the matter is I'm connecting you back with your subconscious and your conscious so you can be super conscious. But if you're not connected and something's up or off, guess what? It ain't going to happen. So when I say I give myself permission to feel my feelings and it's okay, or if I do, all I have given myself permission to do is bring myself back online. I'm telling you this. You may even notice that when you make that statement, right now, your body something may have happened. You might have felt lighter. You might have felt some bricks out of your backpack. You might have sat down in your chair. You might even start to notice that, oh wow, I do have some tight spots on these spots now. Often that happens. Some people are like, I'm off, but I don't feel my feelings. I choose to give myself permission to feel my feelings, and it's okay. They say that automatically. The point of the matter is, I'm connecting you back with your subconscious. It's been there the whole time, and your conscious. They have just been super unaware of it. This is why things, something's up or off, don't just show up. Okay. So when I say I give myself permission to feel my feelings, and it's okay. When you go to the doc and he says you have a thing, that didn't just show up. You earned it by whatever you were thinking and even notice that. My invitation to you is you can also dissolve and resolve it as fast as it happens once you understand what the code is. You might even start to notice that, oh wow, I do have some tight spots on these spots now. First R is release, and I'm going to go through the fear piece with you because it's just a second. And that way you have a tool you can use right now. Okay. And when I share stuff with you, it's going to work right now or it ain't going to work. That's how you know it's been there the whole time. So when I say release, I give myself permission to feel my fear. This is why, and it's okay. All I'm doing is I'm pulling the charge off when you have and I'm allowing myself. When you go to the doc, so my emotional body can relax. You earned it. That's the point. By whatever you most people feeling are permanently to you is you can also in dissolve and resolve. How would you know? As fast as it happens. Breathing from your chest, that's going to tell you. If you have tightness in your chest, that's also going to tell you. If you have anxiety or feel anxious, that's fear. If you have tightness in your stomach and you know you're not hungry, but you want to eat, I'm going to go through the fear with you. That's how you can tell. And the next genius ninja level is this. If you hear a 4 stutter with you, it's going to work right now, or it ain't going to work. Hey. That's how you know. Okay, the word's pretty irrelevant. So that's number 4 is gold. Okay, when you get this chart for yourself, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's a 4 inside of that little circle. When you get this, you'll see what I'm talking about. Allowing myself. The chart is important because when you hear that 4, you're hearing a 4 stutter because you're not feeling what's going on in your body. That audible is like, hey, fear. Our humans not paying attention. Well, we need to get their attention somehow. So that's why the stutter comes out. Now, if you hear a stutter in someone else, that's pay attention. You immediately check in with yourself, and I would even invite you to say, I give myself that's how you feel my feelings. And the next genius, so you can feel it because the stutter is coming out because you're not feeling what's going on. And look, we're not taught to do this. The word's pretty irrelevant. If anything, we're taught to go the other direction. Gold. Don't feel it. Get this chart for yourself. You'll see what I'm talking about. I'm here to tell you 4 that will cost you. Circle. When you get this, you'll see what I'm talking about. It'll create things in your life. The chart is important because these are issues because there's emotions. You're hearing a 4 stutter because your last little feeling. The second R is realign. That will be an example of I choose to love my fear in 2 to get their attention, my courage and my faith. So that's why that linguistical shift will marry a stutter subconscious to my conscious mind and bridge that gap so I can change my state. Once that happens, I can check back in with my chest and whatever was there should be gone or a lot lighter. Now, if there's more things in there, that's because we're not taught to do that's okay. The little tool Abra that I created is something you can use within seconds. It works every time, and I've never had it not work. You just need to be aware of what your body's trying to tell you, not what you're thinking. Issues because this is important, family. Listen to this. Right? So often, what we're thinking is not realign. What we're feeling. That would be an example of. I choose to love my. You got to do work for yourself. Myself, my experience is just serving over 100,000 people at this point. Not one of these, but always goes back to your body because your body's going to tell you what's going on. Once that happens, you have tension. That's going to tell you, oh, my throat's tight. Oh, that's sorrow or sadness. Or a lot lighter. My chest is tight. There's more things in there. Or my solar plexus is tight. That's grief. That's okay. Or my stomach is tight. That's fear. Or below my belly button. That's subconscious grief. Every time. Or on my back. That's anger. You just need to be aware. So on the right side, that could be with a male figure trying to tell you. Left side could be with a feminine figure. This is important. All that stuff is on the chart. The important part is this. In order for you to get to who you're being now, into your next best, highest self, you need a tool to be able to bridge that gap so you can take the emotional energy that's stuck and shift it and have validation of what you did just go back. Does that make sense? Body, because your body's going to tell you.
Thank you so much, Brian Johnson, for your incredible insight on today's show, especially talking about body language and communication. That's very important for us, especially for such time as this, focusing on our health, nutrition, body, and our relationship. Right? Do you have any projects in the pipeline?
Or on my back? That's projects.
Yes,
on the right side, that could be with a male figure. Projects going left side could be with a feminine figure. Mainly, all that stuff is on the chart. I mean, we got an app that we have, Body First, that we use in corporations. That's kind of taking a little bit more time for us now. But outside of that, we're just always serving and teaching and coaching on social media. That's, I mean, a lot of what I do is social media. That's going to work for me. That's my business.
Right.
So
thank you so much, Brian Johnson, for your incredible insight. wish you best of luck, especially talking about any parting words you'd like to share with my audience. That is very important.
Parting words is this. If you choose to connect further, there's notes in the show notes that you can have. I would say the best thing to do is use my link tree, and you can access tons of interviews. The wheat belly we talked about on blood sugar. Dr. Stephen Gundry, Jillian Michaels, there's recipes, there's trainings, fat loss, energy, and sleep trainings. That link will get you into more information. Plus, also too, grab the chart. If I said the most important things that I would take action on is get the chart, because until you understand and coaching on social media, that's something a lot of what I do is social media. Change it. Going to work for me. It doesn't work. My business, right? So with Abra, it'll give you a tool, a framework, a system. Save yourself time, energy, and money. It'll create a system for you to be able to shift gears quick. That's what I would suggest, because if you choose to connect further, in my opinion and experience of 39 years, it's the fastest way that I know of to help you feel better now, so you can make an impact now in your life on people that you know, love, and serve. Dr. Stephen Gundry, Jillian Michaels, there's recipes, there's
like to share your website and your active social media, and
that link will get you into more information. Plus, also too, grab the chart.
I'd like to share your website.
I would say go to brianjohnsoncoaching.com, and I'll even tell you this just so you have it. If you use this text number, it comes to me. That's the best way. Just text the word chart, and that'll automatically get you this. Just use the number 512. Save yourself time, 648. It'll create a system for you to be able to shift. If you do that, I can direct you to whatever you need. That's the best way, in my opinion, because then I can talk to you and figure out where you're at. And say, okay, you need this and need this. They can get you going from there. Either way, either one of those sources will get you at least to my direction. That's what I suggest.
Right. Brian, can you text your number on the screen?
Yeah, how do I do that?
Right.
Oh, I'd like to put it, what do you mean?
Your website.
Put it in the chat. Go to Brian. So put it in the chat. Is that what you're asking? .com. And I'll even tell you this, just so you have it. If you use this text number, it comes to me. That's the best way. Just text the word chart, and that'll automatically get you this. But just use the number 512-648. 5440. If you do that, I can direct you to whatever you need. That's the best way, because then I can talk to you and figure out where you're at.
Thank you once again, Brian Johnson, for your time on today's show. Wish you best of luck once again in your project. Now, if you'd like to catch up any missed episodes of Brian, can you text your number on the screen? On any podcast distribution platform to bump into online. Perhaps you'd like to be a guest focusing on disruptive mindset content, personal development, and self-improvement. You can mail me at omobolasteven.o@outlook.com. I'll be looking forward to your mail. I need you to be good. I'll talk to you soon.
Yes. I love it. You're doing great work. There you go. Oh.